Hey, Steph, thank you so much, and good morning to you. Good morning, everyone. Here's where we begin. Ontario's hospitals and ICU reaching capacity. 6 straight days of COVID-19 cases over that 2,000 mark, and that has Premier Ford issuing a strict warning as we approach Easter weekend.
Everything's on the table right now, so folks, be prepared. I'm asking you, don't make plans for Easter. That's what I can tell you. I won't hesitate to lock things down if we have to. I did it before. I'll do it again.
Critical Care Ontario saying there are 410 COVID patients currently in the ICU. That is just shy of the 420 high watermark. They say fast-spreading variants are more dangerous with a higher risk of hospitalization and death. Experts predict April will be the toughest month since this pandemic started.
This is the worst wave of the three. This is the bad one. This is the one where we have to hang on. And the good news, because there is good news, is that vaccination is going to make this a short wave. We're going to see the end of this, I would think, toward the end of May, possibly a bit earlier.
The opposition saying poor planning is the real issue here, and the third wave didn't have to spiral out of control. Today, the Premier will be making an announcement alongside Vic Fedeli, Minister of Economic Development, as well as the Federal Minister of Innovation, Science and Industry, as well as the Federal Health Minister, alongside Toronto Mayor John Tory. So all three levels of government joining together for an announcement. You can watch that live on our website, citynews.ca. It's happening at 10 o'clock. Well, COVID-related investigations now forcing 6 more Toronto schools to shut down. So these are the schools where students will start remote learning today. 4 public schools and 2 from the Catholic Board. You can also see more updates on our website for closures on citynews.ca. There are currently over 1,160 Ontario schools reporting at least 1 case of COVID-19. Despite this growing list of school closures, Education Minister Stephen Lecce maintains that classrooms are safe.
Roughly 99% of schools are open. 99% of students have no active case. 75% of schools don't have 1 case at all. We'll continue to follow the best advice of the Chief Medical Officer of Health, and if anything changes, given the day-to-day change and fluctuation in case numbers in the province of Ontario, we'll make sure all families know that well in advance.
Meanwhile, a COVID outbreak has also been declared at all University of Waterloo residences. There are currently 21 cases in this outbreak, with 10 infections linked to people that live or have visited the campus. School officials are asking students to stay in their residences except when going to class, getting exercise, or food. Well, Halton and York regions are now expanding vaccinations to seniors 65 and older. Residents living in those regions will be able to start signing up for appointments this morning. Seniors can book that appointment through their local online portals. You can also do it by phone. Just a reminder here, Toronto vaccination clinics will be open throughout the Easter weekend, and appointments are available now. The Prime Minister, meanwhile, reassuring Canadians that we're in the final stretch of the pandemic as concerns around vaccines grow.
The advice given by health professionals, the advice that I gave, was that the right vaccine for you is the very first vaccine that is offered. And Health Canada continues to ensure the safety and effectiveness of any vaccine administered in Canada.
And it comes after the AstraZeneca shot was temporarily suspended to adults under 55 over potential blood clot risks. What you should know is so far Health Canada says there have been no reports of blood clots here. The country's top doctors saying changing recommendations, showing that Health Canada is being transparent about new information to Canadians.
Canadians should be reassured that we have systems in place to detect safety signals and then analyze them.
Meantime, Pfizer going to be shipping 5 million doses to Canada earlier than expected from late summer to June, bringing the total that month to 9.6 million doses. Johnson & Johnson, a lot of people have been asking about this one shot, beginning to see deliveries here in Canada starting at the end of April, and extra AstraZeneca doses now arriving from the U.S., plus Moderna shipments, putting the country on track to receive at least 44 million doses by July. But as more vaccines arrive, there are new polls finding that trust is fading for some of these shots. Coming up in about an hour's time, we're going to be hearing from some experts. They're going to be breaking down some viewer questions, answering some concerns as well about the approved vaccines here in Canada, and also taking on vaccine hesitancy. So if you have questions, make sure you do send them in at Breakfast TV. You can reach us on Twitter. Let's get to the streets now. Police still on the hunt for a 21-year-old man believed to be behind a weekend kidnapping. It happened on Sunday morning in Brampton. Investigators believe this man, 21-year-old Kwame Garwood, abducting a woman from a home near Mississauga Road in Mayfield. She has since been found safe. Garwood is wanted on several charges, including first-degree murder and kidnapping. So if you know anything, if you see him, do not approach him. You are asked to call 911 immediately. Well, police say a woman is in custody after reports of a disturbance near Grammy-winning rapper Drake's mansion. This is on the Bridle Path. Officers got the call just before 5 o'clock yesterday, 5 p.m. Wasn't clear if Drake was home at the time, but police could not say what led to the woman's arrest. This investigation is ongoing. All right, 6:10 is your time right now. Coming up in business. I think you can't believe everything you read on the internet, right? Tech giant Google dropping a bundle to delete fake news. What does that mean? We're going to break that down with Mike Epple. He'll explain what's going on. And an update to a story he brought you about Volkswagen. That is to come, too.